Chapter 12 Shadows of Doubt. As Friday dawned, Alex found himself alone in the hospital room, his mom having left for work early in the morning. With the steady hum of the hospital machinery as his only companion, he had plenty of time to contemplate the events that had led him to this moment. Resting on the hospital bed, Alex's mind buzzed with unanswered questions. Who was the mysterious man in black, and why had he been pursued? And what role did his newfound teleportation abilities play in all of this? With nothing but time on his hands, Alex decided to do some research of his own. Pulling out his phone, he began to scour the internet for any clues that might shed light on his situation. But as he delved deeper into the digital labyrinth, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. Every click of the mouse, every tap of the screen felt like a step into the unknown, a journey into the heart of darkness. And then, as if on cue, a chilling realization dawned on him. What if the government or some other shadowy organization was behind it all? What if he was just a pawn in a much larger game, a game where the stakes were higher than he could possibly imagine? As Alex pondered these unsettling thoughts, a sudden shiver ran down his spine. It was as if a cold wind had swept through the room, carrying with it a whisper of danger and deceit. But before he could dwell on it any further, his attention was drawn to a commotion outside his room. Voices, muffled but urgent, echoed down the corridor, and Alex strained to catch the words. "I think he's onto us," someone said, their voice tense with apprehension. The words sent a jolt of fear through Alex's veins. Who were they talking about? And what did they mean by onto us? Heart pounding, Alex listened intently as the voices faded away, leaving behind nothing but an uneasy silence. But the words lingered in his mind, like a shadow hovering at the edge of his consciousness, waiting to strike. With a sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach, Alex realized that he was in far deeper than he had ever imagined. And as he gazed out the window at the world beyond, he knew that the shadows of doubt would follow him wherever he went, lurking in the corners of his mind like silent sentinels, waiting to strike when he least expected it. But Alex was not one to back down from a challenge. With determination in his heart and fire in his soul, he vowed to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. For he knew that only by confronting his fears head-on could he ever hope to emerge from the darkness unscathed. And so, as the day stretched on and the shadows grew long, Alex settled in for the long haul, ready to face whatever trials lay ahead with courage and conviction. For he knew that the road to redemption was paved with uncertainty, but he would walk it nonetheless, one step at a time, until he found the answers he sought. As the Friday afternoon sun cast a warm glow through the hospital room window, Alex was startled by a sudden knock on his door. With a creak, the door swung open, revealing none other than Noah, his ever-loyal friend, standing in the doorway. "Hey, buddy," Noah greeted, a concerned look in his eyes as he stepped into the room. "I came to check up on you. How are you feeling?" A small smile tugged at the corners of Alex's lips as he welcomed Noah's presence. "I'm hanging in there," he replied, his voice tinged with gratitude. "And thanks for bringing food. I'm starving." With a mischievous twinkle in his eye, Noah handed Alex a burger, the tantalizing aroma of grilled meat and melted cheese filling the air. "I figured hospital food wouldn't cut it," he said with a grin. "Besides, what are friends for?" As Alex eagerly unwrapped the burger, he couldn't help but chuckle at the sight of his friend's antics. "Wait a minute," he said between bites. "Isn't today Friday? Did you skip school just to visit me?" Noah shrugged nonchalantly, his grin widening. "Who needs school when you've got a friend in need?" he replied, winking playfully. Laughing in spite of himself, Alex shook his head in mock disbelief. "You're too much, man," he said, his spirits lifting in Noah's company. After indulging in their impromptu feast, the two friends settled into an easy rhythm, catching up on the latest gossip and sharing stories of their adventures. But amidst the laughter and camaraderie, Alex couldn't shake the nagging feeling of unease that lingered in the back of his mind. Finally, unable to contain his curiosity any longer, Alex broached the subject of school. "So, how's school been? Did I miss anything big?" he asked, hoping for some semblance of normalcy in the midst of his ordeal. "Nope, not much," Noah replied with a casual shrug. "Just the usual stuff, boring lectures, endless homework. You know how it is." But despite Noah's reassuring words, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. As the afternoon stretched on and the shadows lengthened, he couldn't help but wonder what secrets lay hidden beneath the surface of their seemingly ordinary lives. And as he glanced out the window at the world beyond, a sense of foreboding settled over him like a heavy blanket, casting a shadow over the bright promise of the day. But for now, in the company of his closest friend, Alex allowed himself to push aside his worries and bask in the simple joy of friendship, grateful for the steadfast presence of Noah by his side.